Chapter 3. It was a time of peace. You dread it, you fear it, you know it. Once the storyteller utters these 5 words, tragedy is sure to befall. Yet you must steady yourself and accept it. The ironclad rule of a tale is not to be changed. You good? Perfect. Let's proceed. Enshli was 20 at the time. There was a drought in the area. Not a single droplet of rain was spared from the heavens. The grass turned a shade of yellow and subtle cracks started to form on certain patches of land. Food resources were running low. Some of the wildlife succumbed to starvation, while others had fled in search of greener pastures. Either way, there was not much left to hunt. However, the tribe still held on. They turned their focus on larger prey. Just one kill could keep them going for much longer. Yet, opportunities were far and few between. They had to ration their food, and on some days they had to starve. This had a grave impact on their health. Being muscle-bound and living a life of hunting, they had to consume nearly double the food a modern human eats today. As a result, their bodies started to crumble under their own demands. Their immune system became noticeably compromised, and some fell sick with relative ease. Enshli was one of them. He had suffered a fever. The insides of his body were heating up like a fire in the driest of autumn, yet irregular spasms of coldness coursed through his spine. His arms and legs felt like chunks of dead wood, and his spirit was so damp he could barely muster the energy to speak. He wanted to hunt, but there was no way he could do so. As such, he stayed back in the cave, along with a handful of children. He sat slumped at the cave entrance, gazing longingly as the rest of the tribe disappeared into the thickets. His father left in the opposite direction. Perturbed by his son's illness, he had gone off to a nearby field to pick up some stalks of yarrow. It wasn't far away, just a 5-minute walk or so. But on that day, that field wasn't exactly teeming with the plant, as many had wilted under the harsh sun. It would take a while to gather a good amount. Enshli waited patiently. There was nothing for him to do anyways. It was all going smoothly. Well, bar the fever. That really sucked. But to be fair, when we compare it with what's to follow, it really wasn't all that bad. The lack of wildlife wasn't just affecting the tribe. Just a few acres away, there was another type of tribe. Not of Neanderthals, but of cave lions. These lions were different from the ones we see on the African savanna today. They were larger in size, reaching around 2.5 meters or 7 feet and 2 inches in length, and up to 339 kilograms or 747 pounds in weight. They didn't possess the magnificent mane that modern lions have. Theirs were rather short and modest, but their teeth and claws were every bit as deadly. These beasts primarily preyed on the once abundant deer of the area, but they wouldn't say no to steppe bison or even young woolly rhinos. They didn't go out of their way to hunt humans, especially ones moving in groups. It was a bit of a pain, and with better, easier, and meatier alternatives, there was no real reason to do so. Yet, in the face of famine, who is to be picky? One by one, the cave lions jumped down from their perch. 5 in total, they strutted towards their destination. They were headed towards a place where a meal was practically ensured. And what better chance to pounce when all the strong ones are gone? Enshli had no idea. He continued sitting propped against a pile of animal hide. His body had started to feel cold once again. With a deep sigh, he studied the bunch of charred wood in front. The fire had died out in the middle of the night. It was summer, so the tribe members were lax in keeping it going. After all, the lack of food was a far more pressing worry. Enshli noticed a weak puff of smoke that floated lazily upwards. He fanned the pile, hoping to reignite the darkened embers. But of course, nothing happened. He let out another sigh and slouched back, totally unaware of the danger that was closing in. And it was closing in fast.